Jim Rogers is co-founder with George Soros of the Quantum Fund and one of the world's most influential investors. And he's on the line now. Good morning to you, Mr. Rogers.
Oh, I'm just delighted to be here, Mr. Jack.
Okay, thank you. Let's look at Spain first. No confirmation that public money will be committed to infuse the banks with a bit more capital, but do you think that's inevitable?
Well, something's inevitable. The banks are bankrupt. Spain's bankrupt. Somebody's got to put up some money, or we have to acknowledge reality and declare bankruptcy.
The market sold off heavily at the end of last week and sort of the beginning of this is certainly in Greece. Are we lurching into another phase of the Eurozone crisis as those socialist parties that got victory in Greece and France reject austerity? What's going to go on here?
Our problems in Europe and in the world are not over yet. If you look at even the austerity plans, they have debts still rising in every country in Europe. That is not solving the problem. That is making the problem worse. So whether it's this month because of the socialist in France, or next month because of a new election in Greece, or next year because of the German election, these problems are going to continue to come back until somebody accepts reality, realizes that these people have spent more money than they have, and figure out a way to resolve the problem. Either go bankrupt or cut spending with a chainsaw. But
that sounds intractable the way you put it, because you say at some point you're going to have to admit you've run out of money. Now, if you do that and sort of go bankrupt, then the banks which hold the debt of these countries, then they in turn basically go bust, at which point no one can borrow any money, people's savings are possibly at risk. I mean, what is the possible end game which is in any way positive?
Well, you just asked the exact right question. And let me say again, the debts continue to go higher, Mr. Jack. Nobody's debt is going down. If you don't solve the problem, face reality now, you can face it in 2014 or 2016. And at that point, nobody's going to put up any money. And at that point, the chaos is going to be much, much worse.
Okay.
Somewhere along the line, you run out of other people's money.
Okay. And so what you're saying is that, let's say, for example, you cut spending with a chainsaw. That's exactly what the electorate in both France and Greece have just rejected, because the social cost of this is extremely high.
They have rejected. There's no question. Everybody wants a free lunch. I would like a free lunch too, Mr. Jack. I hope you will come around here tomorrow and bring me some fish and chips on you. But somebody's got to face this eventually. Yes, the 11 governments have been replaced in the last few years in Europe by electorates who said, we don't like what's been going on. And they don't. I don't like it either. But the facts are that these governments for 30 or 40 years have been spending money they didn't have. And somewhere along the line, we can kick the ball down the road all day long. But Mr. Jack, eventually somebody's got to come up with the money, and there is no money anymore.
You can call me Simon, but thanks very much, Jim Rogers. And if I could get fish and chips all the way to Singapore without them getting cold, I'd happily do it. I think that's going to be a tricky one, but thank you very much indeed.